What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about the HeadRush Prime and how I use it for my electric guitar setup. I often talk about it with the acoustic because it's amazing for an acoustic guitar. But today I want to talk about the electric side of it. So as we know, with no screen sharing, this is actually not very easy to record. And I'm sorry that it's kind of wobbly. I'm recording on my Osmo Action 6. And it might be a little warped. I might be able to fix it in post, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, the amp that I use the Vox. It's the revalve amp, and I also use the cab that goes with it. And this is what that sounds like with a little bit of reverb. I keep a little bit of reverb and a little bit of slapback delay on. I think that sounds awesome just right out of the gate there. And then here's a boost. I don't even have the gain turned up on this boost. It's just literally just a boost. And this is what that sounds like. With it. Without it. Sorry, with it. Without it. Alright, then this is pretty much what's also on just my regular pedal board. So I have a Morning Glory, and this is on my regular pedal board. I always pull my tone knob back a little bit whenever I use the Morning Glory. And then I have a Tube Screamer. I also want to preface all this with saying that my band is like I always say it's Appalachian rock, but it's just, country rock, some chicken picking kind of stuff mixed in with some rock and roll. And I got a phaser on there. A trim, which I'm not too crazy about the trim. I love the Boss trim, and I think that's, what this is pretty much trying to do, but it's okay, but it isn't as perfect as I'd like for it to be. I mean, they nail so many things on this. It does sound good, though. The chorus. They nail the chorus. It's awesome. And then I have a tape echo and a reverb that's pretty much just for like the big exaggerated leads. Just fun stuff like that. I think the most important thing about this whole HeadRush setup and the interface is I think it's so cool that, so you double click on the cab, for instance. I do this with every cab, and I like the result that I get. There's an EQ in the bottom right, and I cut every speaker at 5K right there, and I think that eliminates those highs that a lot of people talk about when they're like, I don't care for how that sounds because it sounds digital. I think that gets, for me, it's like 100%. I think that eliminates that. I don't know. I've also in my life never really been too big of a tone snob. I think if it sounds good, it is good. This sounds good, it is good. I also use a volume pedal on a wall, but it's on my table, and it's hard to get up there to do that. You could spend days working on the EQ on this and just carving out your, exactly how you want everything to sound. But I think just off the rip, the HeadRush Prime, it sounds awesome. There are just so many uses for these. And I use this one primarily for my acoustic guitar because there's just never-ending sound you can get. It's fun. In my opinion, the HeadRush Prime is just as good as the Line 6 or any of it, really. I think that it's all in the time you want to spend in learning which modeler that you get. Like I said, I use this HeadRush primarily for my acoustic because there's just endless things you can do with it. It's awesome. And that's the same to be said about the electric, but I already dove in on the Tonex for my electric, and I love how that sounds. But there are times that I want to take this for my electric, so I can do that too. I don't think one sounds better than the other. I just think it's the time that you put in to learn each individual modeler. But that is my setup for my electric guitar and my HeadRush Prime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.